Hello, students. Today we will take Beehive Chapter 6 My Childhood by APJ Abdul Kalam. Something about the author. Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam was the 11th President of India. He was born on October 15th, 1931, in Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. He studied physics and aerospace engineering and became a scientist. He served the Defense Research and Development Organization and the Indian Space Research Organization for nearly 4 decades. He is known as the Missile Man of India. Dr. Kalam was very popular among children. He often encouraged them with his high powered philosophy. Besides, he was an excellent writer also. My Childhood is an extract taken from the autobiographical book Wings of Fire by him. He was one of the greatest scientists of India. This chapter gives an account of his childhood days, his journey from a middle class family in Rameshwaram to the president's house, and the difficulties and challenges that he faced in his life. This great scientist and missile man of India was born on October 15th, 1931, in a middle class Tamil family in the island town of Rameshwaram, Tamil Nadu. His father's name was Jainulabdin and his mother's name was Ashiamma. His parents were neither much educated nor rich, yet they were very generous and kind. Many outsiders ate with the family every day. They lived in their old ancestral house, and it was a large Pakka house and was on the Mosque Street in Rameshwaram. He led a secure childhood. His father provided all the necessities like food, medicine, and clothes, but avoided inessential comforts and luxuries. Abdul was only 8 years old when the Second World War broke out in 1939. There was suddenly a great demand for tamarind seeds, and so Abdul started collecting these seeds and sold in the market. His cousin Samshuddin distributed newspapers and he employed Abdul as a helping hand. In this way, Abdul earned his first wages. He was highly influenced by his parents. Some of his teachers and friends also influenced him. He had three close friends in his childhood. They were Ramananda Shastri, Arvindan, and Shiv Prakashan. All these three boys belonged to the orthodox Hindu Brahmin family. As children, none of them felt any difference amongst themselves because of their upbringing. In fact, Ramananda Shastri was the son of Pakshi Lakshmana Shastri, the high priest of the Rameshwaram temple. Later, he took over the priesthood of Rameshwaram temple from his father. Arvindan went into the business of arranging transport for visiting pilgrims, and Shiv Prakashan became a catering contractor for the Southern Railways. During the annual Sri Sita Rama Kalyanam ceremony, Kalam's family used to arrange boats for carrying idols of the Lord from the temple to the marriage site. Kalam's mother and grandmother narrated events from the Ramayana and from the life of the prophet at bedtime to the children. One day, when he was in fifth standard at Rameshwaram Elementary School, a new teacher came to their class. He used to wear a cap which marked him as a Muslim, and he used to sit with his friend Ramananda Shastri in the front row, who used to wear sacred thread. The teacher could not tolerate a Hindu priest's son sitting with a Muslim boy. So he asked Abdul to sit on the back bench. He was very sad by the attitude of the teacher. But as he went back, he found Shastri weeping as he went to the last row. This made a lasting impression on him. Later, Ramananda Shastri's father called the teacher and asked him not to spread the poison of social separation among the children. The teacher felt sorry for the same. Abdul Kalam was greatly influenced by his science teacher Shiva Subramaniam Iyer. He learned the lessons of breaking social barriers from him. Shiva Subramaniam Iyer was a high caste Brahmin. His wife was very conservative. One day, he invited Abdul to his house for a meal. His wife, who was an Orthodox Brahmin, refused to serve food to a Muslim boy in her so called ritually pure kitchen. Iyer served him with his own hands and sat down beside him. The next time, when Abdul visited the house of Shiva Subramaniam, his wife served him with her own hands. Thus, he was successful in changing the conservative attitude of his wife. Being grown up, he wished to go for higher education to Ramanathapuram. He sought permission from his father to leave Rameshwaram. The father permitted, but the mother became quite emotional. To convince his mother, father gave the example of a seagull who flies across the sun alone and without a nest. Before leaving, the father remarked and said, Abdul, I know you have to go away and grow. And thus began his journey from a common student to a prominent scientist and then President of India.